Hello, and welcome, my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your timeless romantic soulmate read for October 2020, or as I said, timeless. I am your reader, Mark Angelo lYONS, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of lYONS, Mark Angelo lYONS, but you can call me Mal, and I'm also Leo Rising. Hi. Hi, my subscribers. Thank you. Welcome back, my lovely Leos. Truly an honor and a pleasure to be serving you today as a Leo rising. I have been trying to keep myself out of these readings, right? As I do. I don't know how other readers do it, but you know, I've just been doing this for too long. I started reading tarot when I was 12. I'm 52. I know I don't look it. Thank you very much. Witchcraft. Glamour, the original kind, not the magazine. So, you know, I'll do my best. I'll do my best, but, you know, these soulmate reads are really important. As a matter of fact, before I did this series, my Pantheons of the Divine, my subscribers know what I'm talking about. If you're new to my channel, you'll catch on pretty quickly. They gave me the intention, may these readings help the soulmates heal so they may help heal the world heart by heart. And they're talking about the quantum entanglement through unity consciousness. As one of us heals, all of us heal. But they showed me the coming together of soulmates all around the planet. They like pulled me off planet, showed me little by little these soulmate contracts coming together and infusing this world very much with the love we have been working towards romantic sexually for thousands of years, right? So, just to clarify before we get into this, there are some links in the description box below defining the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame contract. They're both soul contracts, but there's a big difference between the two of them. Twin flame contracts, you have more than one. You may have hundreds in a lifetime, depending. They're not all romantic, sexual, but you teach each other how to heal yourselves, how to love yourselves, how to respect yourselves, which means by contract, they can't give you the love that you want, but they can give you the love that you need. For instance, my father was a twin flame contract. God rest his soul. He loved me very much, but he just couldn't handle having a gay witch for a son, and I don't blame him. I get it, right? Republican. So my mom and I, however, are soulmate contract, right? We help each other heal. As a matter of fact, I was born to help her heal because she lost a child before me. My brother, Sean. There's Matthew, there's Sean, there's Mark. When Sean died pretty much right after he was born, a week or two, the doctor pulled my father aside and said, get her pregnant so that she doesn't experience the loss, is the story that told me. So in other words, hello, I'm a healer of mothers, given a job before I was even born, in utero resume. So you get what I'm saying, right? We help each other heal, and that doesn't mean that my mom and I have always been the best of friends. Oh, no, I was hell on earth to raise. But, you know, we have always helped each other heal, that unconditional love. So you have twin flames and soulmate contracts all over your life, throughout your life, right? But the ones we're looking at right now are the romantic sexual ones. As I said, those have been the hardest, right? Family, you eventually get around to forgiving and loving and all of that stuff, even if it's a deathbed thing. The romantic sexual ones, they're just tricky, right? So that's what this reading is for. There is an extended for this. And if you are new to my channel, please do consider subscribing, liking, all that stuff, because I'm shooting for 30,000 subscribers so that I can put the extendeds here as members content rather than putting them on Vimeo. And of course, the link for Vimeo, the extended, is in the description box below, along with all the links for the decks that I read, because give credit where credit is due. I think that's about it. Remember, this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because your sun sign is going to get different info than your moon sign, your rising, or your Venus sign. Cool. So focus on your breath. Stay in the present moment. I will do the best that I can to do the same, to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace to help you heal, right? Because as you heal, you are helping your soulmate heal, whether you know each other or not. And of course, that's going to facilitate bringing the two of you together faster if you have not met. So whether you know them or not, whether you're in separation, or whether you've never met and you have no idea who your soulmate contract is in this romantic sense, whether it's somebody from the past that you don't know is coming back or somebody brand new, you'll have to suss that out. We are doing a contract read. So party number 1 is the divine feminine. Party number 2 is the divine masculine. It has nothing to do with biological gender or gender preference or any of that stuff. It's purely about energetic dynamic and a neat way to do party 1, party 2, although I'd rather do yin and yang because I have more of a Taoist background than all of that. But forever young, let's do it through archetypes as well, shall we? All right, that's enough exposition. Let's get to work. Have a nice deep breath, please. Oh yeah. Here we go. I was in prayer. A friend of mine had a fever and a cough, and he's waiting to get his test results back. So I've been in prayer all morning. Very dear friend of mine, someone I've known for 30 years. So I've had some lovely chats with my pantheons this morning. So my beloved pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, masters, and the higher selves of all involved, please, using the Caroline Mace archetype deck, I need 3, count them, 3 archetype cards. 1 to represent the divine feminine, 1 to represent the divine masculine, and 1 to represent the overall contract in this Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, October 2020, or timeless. Please, can I have the card to represent the divine feminine? There we go. Can I have the card to represent the divine masculine, the dominant archetypes that they are alchemizing within themselves that will help each other heal? And please, 1 for the contract itself. What contract? The Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, soulmate contract relationship, October 2020, or timeless. Now, just to let you know, we've got, like I said, the divine feminine. She will have her own lane, and I have to say she and he so my brain doesn't explode. Same for the divine masculine, but this center lane, as I like to call it, is the contract itself. In other words, both of them together in the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract. And that center lane, I will lay them out as we go, but they will be reserved for the extended. So you're getting 10 cards in this one that you will see, and then including the center lane and some other cards, you'll be getting another 14. So I'm figuring out this extended read jazz. So who's our happy couple? Let's see if they're a happy couple. Remember, oh boy, remember that archetypes can be triggering, right? The shadow and the light attributes. The shadow is the stuff you don't want to acknowledge or look at within yourself or in another, or it's stuff you are aware of but you don't want anybody to know about. In other words, keep it back in the shadow, right? So we're looking at a divine feminine bully, which you don't see that often, but remember, this is not about biological gender, and I'll read the descriptions on there. And you have the divine masculine hermit. So this is a very, very interesting contract. Now, already I said I'm a Leo rising, so I'm not really that much of a bully, but wait till you hear the shadow side of it. And the light. I'm certainly more of a hermit. I'm a Virgo, right? And the hermit card is the Virgo card in tarot. So, and that's the thing about this energetic gender thing, right? Divine masculine, divine feminine. In my work, I consider myself a divine feminine. I read cards, I serve people. I'm a freaking empath. I can feel people's emotions thousands of miles away. Thanks a lot. Pisces moon that I am. But, you know, you put me in a romantic relationship, I'm daddy. You don't know, I poppy. I'm like, I'm not your father. But, you know, look at me, right? Eyeliner, mascara, and, you know, and built like a thin brick shithouse. So let me read these to you. Let's have fun with these if we can. These are the fun reads for me, the soulmates. The shadow attribute of the bully conceals deep fear behind verbal or physical abuse. In other words, when someone really has an ongoing pattern, a reason, a season, or a lifetime where they are physically and or verbally abusive, it's because they're concealing deep fear inside of them that they have to make other people feel afraid and intimidate them to steal their energy. Read Celestine Prophecy by James Redfield. The Intimidator is one of the 4 control dramas. The light attribute, and this is if you are the divine feminine, if you're like, yeah, that's me. I don't know anybody who would run towards that. But this is what you're shooting for. This is the healing. This is the alchemy. You might want to check your To Be a Soulmate reads that I did a couple of weeks ago, because it feels like that's folding into this somehow. The light attribute highlights your tendency to intimidate others, right? Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And it's an interesting depiction on the card. It's a cloud blowing all this hot air. right? Big puffy cheeks. The divine masculine hermit. I mean, I love the hermit archetype. I live alone. I work from home. This global situation that we're going in, I was pretty much set up for before it hit, because the gods have me working, right? The shadow attribute withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgment of others, and it's an election year, so I get that. It's like, oh, shut down the social media. I'm not dealing with this anymore. You can even be a social media hermit, right? Refusing to help those in need. I might have a bad day, but that's not constant in me. I have the hermit archetype in my my archetypal chart. The light attribute seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity. So a beautiful archetype. And remember, a hermit is not someone in exile. They go willingly. Even if they feel like they have no other option, it's still a choice, right? It's a decision or a choice to go into hermit mode. Now, I am hearing, because of this, that these two are probably not in communication if they know each other, right? The hermit. Yes, you can hermit with somebody else, but that's not really hermitage, is it? So we've got that on the table, the bully and the hermit. This could feel very tricky and turbulent, which I would usually assign to a twin flame contract. But as a soulmate, they might be helping each other heal, even if they don't know each other, right? As the divine feminine bully alchemizes these fears within herself, it is certainly going to have a similar effect upon the hermit. And as the hermit, rebuilds their creativity, right? Focuses intently on inner life, the divine feminine bully is going to have the results or the benefits of that as well. Quantum entanglement for fun and profit, right? We're going to take the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, and again, get 3. You're going to see that pattern throughout this reading. Though you will only see 2 of them on YouTube, you will see the rest of them on the extended on Vimeo. Let's see what the goddesses have to say. What's going on inside of this, the divine feminine, the divine masculine, the more the internal, the psychological, the mental, emotional stuff behind the eyes. Breathe. My goddesses of Leo, my goddesses of fire. Please, I need 3 cards for this Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign in this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying, romantic soulmate contract, October 2020 or timeless. Please, I need 1 for the divine feminine. That her? Yep, that's her. 1 for the divine masculine, please. Yep, there he is. And 1 for the Leo collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, soulmate contract, October 2020 or timeless. All right. So the bully on the inside is experiencing the 8 of flames, the 8 of wands. So we're looking at some sort of rapid movement on the inside, right? A lot of perhaps agitation, a desire, a passion burning through them, like burnout. That's the name of the card, burnout. And here we see, unfortunately, a forest fire. Now, forest fires for me are a fucking nightmare. I'm a past life dryad. People have told me I'm very connected. I am the Lorax, I speak for the trees, right? So this isn't just about burnout, like, oh my god, I'm so burned out, although that might be the case if the bully has been stomping around, right, expending all of that energy. They might be a little burned out, so you're going to have to take what resonates here. If you are the divine feminine, you may not know yet if you're the divine feminine or the divine masculine. But there is also that sense of wildfire, right? Fire, like think of the 8 of wands soaring through the air, right? So there is something rapid going on here, and perhaps a rapid change or transformation for this divine feminine bully. For the divine masculine hermit, we have got the Aquarius card. Now, what I find interesting about that is Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo, right? You put the 12 signs in a circle, look across the circle from them, there's their opposite sign. So fixed air Aquarius. Now, this could say this person is feeling like an Aquarius or is heavily influenced by this divine feminine internally if they have some Aquarian energy in them. But otherwise, Okay, all right, got it. What really this feels like is the Hermit has gone in to go deeper in and higher up. Aquarius is fixed air. Leo fixed fire. Air and fire are complementary opposites. So think the stratosphere, right? That higher point of view, which Aquarians are known for, seeing the larger picture, right? Can't we all just get along? Hands across America. We are the world, we are the children. That humanitarian, philosophical, fixed air. Rebellious too. So it feels like this interior experience that the Divine Masculine Hermit is going through here, remember it's not about gender, can really be about focusing their mind into higher principles, which would certainly reflect seeking solitude to focus intently on inner life, serves personal creativity by reaching a higher vibration, a higher perspective, a higher dimensional experience, a higher self thing. But I also feels very friendly towards this divine feminine. This is not an adversarial energy. Even if they're a bully, this Hermit might be like, I get it. I get it. That has nothing to do with me, but I love you, right? Right? So, pretty cool so far. I mean, we've got fire and air in the internal world. Let's see what's going on in their external worlds with the Mythic Tarot, the voices of the gods, the Divine Masculine Collective, if you will. What's going on in the yang, right? Daughters of the Moon gives us the yin. Here is the yang. Yang. Erica Yang. Take a nice deep breath. I have no fear of flying. Only such a small portion of people are going to get that reference, but that's okay. Breathe. Fire engines, rapid moving fire, here we go. Please, my gods, please, my pantheon of gods, for Leo, the Lord Apollo in particular, please, my beloved, I need 3 cards for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, soulmate contract, October 2020 or timeless, whenever they catch this, please. I need one for the Divine Feminine, the bully who's dealing with the 8 of Flames on the inner. One for the Divine Masculine, who's dealing with the Crone of Blades, Aquarius, Excel, that higher internal vision, right? There could be visions going on there. There could be downloading higher patterns into themselves in this interior place they're in as a hermit. Please, what's going on for them in the outside? And please, one for the overall contract. What contract? The Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, soulmate contract, October 2020 or timeless. Again, we've got the Divine Feminine bully, and we've got her insides moving fast, right? Passion, fire, but possibly burnout as well. Putting out more than you take in. And on the outside, the Judgment card. Now, it can be with a bully that that would really be the scales of justice, but that there is a revelation for them. This often speaks of reconciliation. We know that. It's like, oh, a final judgment has been made. And here comes the garbage truck. They just come different times every day. The dumpster is right outside my home. Such a melodic. It's not exactly syncopated. At least if they could give it a beat, it'd be easier to dance to. Ready? Here comes the big booms. Oh, dump it, dump it. It's literally right in front of the window. This is great fun. It's great fun for me. Because you know what that is, darling? That's just stunning. All of a sudden, I'm an earthbender. I'm not interested in blue people. I want to see Avatar Aang. They're done. Okay, so yeah, the card of judgment. This is Hermes, a psychopomp. This is going down into the underworld to bring messages and to maybe bring someone topside again, as Hermes will do. So we are looking at some kind of communication between these two, that she's willing to lay her cards on the table so they can make a final judgment about this. This is often the aha moment before there is the resolution of the card of the world or the universe, right? So they are going through a period of judgment. Now, I don't get that to be the kind of judgment, or you sound judgy, right? So much as a major arcana card, they are going through a period in their life where things are being resolved and revealed. And whether there is a reunion between these two, which is sort of eventual for a soulmate contract, whether that goes down or not, there's still maybe some exterior expression that needs to come from this divine feminine bully, or at least she's in this place of really seeing things clearly, her own part in this contract or in general. We've got the divine masculine hermit, as I said, with the Aquarian card on the inside, and on the outside the Tower. Oh yeah, no. These two major arcana cards in the outside world, they may be in communication, but I don't think they are together. So, I don't always see, in fact, I rarely see the Tower card as something completely negative. This is the god Poseidon striking down the tower. Now, what's interesting about this card, though, there is lightning in the sky, the symbol of Zeus. This is Poseidon, the god of earthquakes, as well as the ocean. So he's shook, right? There's some instantaneous change. Maybe, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to tell you why I don't feel this is such a negative thing. With the Ixchel card, with the Aquarian card on the inner, this could very well be an insight, a download, a truth lightning. Light is truth, so truthtening, like hit with a bolt of truth from within that changes everything on the outside, right? That and I feel like there's an element of truth here for these two. Things are being laid out on the table, but if this divine masculine is shook by this, it really feels like it's something that has changed his outside world, right? And very rapidly. And when I teach tarot, and I haven't in a few years, I'll wait until I have a physical space to teach people face to face. Maybe next year. I always say that the Tower card is like someone who doesn't believe in ghosts for 40 years, and then one day they see one standing at the foot of their bed. Oh, great grandma! What happened to all that disbelief? It's shattered in a single second, and that's the vibe I get here. Some insight, some clarity, some truth that they find on the inner just blows their perception of something on the outside. They're both seeing things very differently, and if they are in separation, they needed time to do that. All right, moving along, we're going to find out what are the voices of their higher selves, fifth dimension and above. What are you scratching over there? My boys are very rambunctious today. We've already had a cat fight going on, but they play, yeah. So, Whispers of Love Oracle. Let's see what your higher selves have to say about this. Breathe. The higher selves of all involved. Higher self of this divine feminine, divine masculine. Please, I need 3 cards here for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, October 2020 or timeless. Please, I need 1 for the divine feminine. I need 1 for the divine masculine. And I need 1 for the overall contract. Which contract? The Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, October 2020. Or timeless. Which we will see that 3rd one again in the extended blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I love the Whispers of Love. There's not a clunker in the deck, although some of them might have a little challenge in it. So let's remember, we've got the Divine Feminine here. On the inner, 8 of Wands, 8 of Flames. On the outer, Judgment card. What's the piece of information, inspiration, or insight is romance. Lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. This might really be the divine feminine saying, my darling hermit, my darling divine masculine, regardless of gender, I love you. I love you. Maybe I said something I shouldn't have. I was having a bad day. I am terrified by what's going on in the world. Fill in the blank, right? And then wouldn't that, of course, facilitate a reconciliation? To reconcile doesn't mean that you stay together forever and ever and ever, but at least things are revealed. I've always felt the card of Judgment to be a card of revelation because, you know, the bodies coming out of corpses, particularly the Rider-Waite deck, with Archangel Gabriel with the horn, it's Judgment Day, right? And where is Judgment Day talked about in the New Testament? The book of Revelations. Yes, I am a witch who really could have been a comparative religion scholar, but yeah. Tweed jackets with elbow pads are just not my style. Fashion, darling. I am a Leo rising. Let's see what's going on here with the divine masculine. Again, the Hermit with Aquarius going on the inside. And if you're the divine masculine here or the divine feminine wanting to understand this, really look into what 11th house Aquarian energy is about. This is a very friendly person on the inside. They've probably done a lot of inner work, one would think, for a divine masculine, but a hermit. But there's something, a bolt of lightning that comes, can be clarity, insight that destroys how this has been, in if there's any toxicity or whatever going on there. Show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. And I do feel like that's as a result of that interior archetypal dynamic of Aquarius, right? So this feels like a very kind person, but maybe not a very loud person, right? Particularly because we've got a bully on one side and a hermit on the other, right? So this is somebody who's probably already forgiven any tension that might be between them, because they kind of get, it couldn't happen any other way. We all have our pain. And if this divine feminine is an empath, by the way, I mean, all divine feminines have empathic quality. Everybody in the world has empathic skill. It's just, is it developed? There's social empathy, and then there's intuitive empathy. If she's unaware, if you're the divine feminine and you're not aware that you've got empathic skill, or you're the divine masculine dealing with this divine feminine, they're probably picking up on the fears of everyone around them. Like watching the news for them, they might be so sensitive at this point, and what I call empathic overload, that they just explode because they have no other way to do that. And then that would make sense that there's a lot going on inside of them, very fast moving, very intense. So I like these two together in the sense that they're helping each other heal, while one is and this is how soulmates work. While one is really having a bad day, the other one's there in a higher vibe to support. But then, of course, it balances for a hot second and then goes in the other direction, right? That's why soulmate friend contracts are so amazing that way. They really are embodiments of unconditional love, reason, season, or lifetime. Okay, you're getting the last deck. I will pop up the picture of all of this, put it all together, and then we will hop over to Vimeo if you care to join. There is a preview at the end, so though you're only getting 10 cards here, in the preview I will turn over, I don't want to look at it, but the top archetype card for the contract itself. So hang on for the preview at the end. And by then you should know if this is your read or not, if you don't already, right? Doreen Virtue, Healing with the Angels Oracle. What are the angels that are assigned to them individually and collectively? Let's do this. Breathe. Right, because it's a Healing with the Angels Oracle. So what are the angels that they are healing with that they need to be aware of? Breathe. There we go. My angels and archangels, please. Oh, my angels of fire, Archangel Michael and all of that jazz, please. 3 cards in clarity for this Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract, October 2020 or 30th, or 30th, or timeless, please. 1 card for this divine feminine, who is the angel that is assigned to her, walks with her. For this divine masculine, same thing. What's the angel that they can call upon? Feels like they would have access to that if they're really in that higher stratospheric vibration of Aquarius inside. And 1 for the overall contract. What contract? The Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. Nope. October 2020 or timeless. All right. All the cards are on the table. Again, we've got the Divine Feminine Bully, who's got the 8 of Wands, 8 of Flames on the inside that burn out, fast-moving fire. With the Judgment card on the outside, something's coming to a climax, so to speak. The voice of the higher self is romance. Lavish the ones you love, the one you love with love and affection. With the Angel of Signs. Now, the Healing Angel of Signs is certainly talking not about coincidence, but synchronicity. If you look at the original meaning of the word synchronicity, it means same time. So when things happen synchronistically, happens to me daily. I mean, really, divination is based on the law of synchronicity because we're all one. It's all one thing appearing to be trillions, billions, I mean, infinite number of different forms, right? So to keep an eye on the signs, my divine feminine, like particularly the signs of what's going on around you. If you are an empath and you're feeling all of a sudden out of nowhere this flash of passion, which passion blocked is anger and rage, right? Which can be these inner fears being triggered. Look around you. Like, look around you and say, who's around me right now? Now, my empathic field is really huge. Like I said, I can feel people's stuff from thousands of miles away, particularly like those fires on the west coast of the United States. I know they happen regularly, but this year was the worst ever, right? I could feel that. I could feel the trees screaming. I could feel the people freaking out, losing everything, the loss, the grief. It was a rough, it's still going on, right? But pay attention to that, right? See what's going on around you and see the synchronicity of what you're feeling is being shown to you on the outside, that you are one with all of this. Therefore, the more the more diligent you are with facing those inner fears that bully you, the faster you heal. And you are, again, through the quantum entanglement of unity consciousness, helping everyone heal. And please, there's so much fire going on inside of us right now, right? Do your part. Heal your heart. Oh my God, do your part, heal your heart. Can we get a t-shirt for this divine masculine hermit? Again, remember, we've got the Aquarian on the inner. We've got the Tower on the outer. And it feels like, if he really feels like his external world, or the external world, is going through such rapid transformation, pulling back to anchor the light. Oh my God, I haven't said that phrase in decades. That's how I know I have guides, right? And show simple acts of kindness. Like, absolutely, it feels like he is prone to simple acts of kindness. Maybe a text, maybe a message, maybe a prayer, right? That's a way to give a gift, somewhat invisible. Invisible acts of generosity and invisible acts of kindness. Carolyn Mace wrote about that. I just can't remember the exact name of the title. It's got the Angel of Blessings. So this feels like the dominantly more spiritual, right? The one who is really doing their work, is not afraid to be alone, really could be a channel of blessing. So for him to call upon the Angel of Blessings here is certainly making sense from that point of view of the Hermit, which is the wisdom family, by the way. The bully is part of, is that the wild card family? It's probably the wild card family, if not the action family, with the Tower on the outside, right? And showing simple acts of kindness to call upon those blessings, right? To channel those blessings. So what would the Angel of Blessing do? Bring you blessings? Sure. But maybe also show you the blessings that are already there, which would certainly radically change things in the outside world. That's why people got to get over the Tower card and the Death card as being only scary and negative. They're neutral. Archetypes are neutral, like in the archetype cards, the light and the shadow, right? So there's a range, a spectrum from shadow to light in all of these cards. So I'll pop up the larger picture and see what else they show me. Ready? Take a nice deep breath. Magic clap. Again, we've got the divine feminine bully. The shadow archetype conceals deep fears behind verbal or physical abuse. The light attribute highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And with that 9 of flames on the inner, there is a burning passion here, or there is, it's such a range of emotion I'm feeling in this collective for the divine feminine. I mean, of course there might be rage there about what's going on in the world, politically, socially, environmentally, right? That sort of passion. But I feel like if this is just about this contract alone, like I said, it feels like there's an empathic thing here. Things are getting jumbled together. And a lot of what she's feeling about the world, this could be somebody who is afraid of what's going to happen in certain countries politically, right? Could have that fierceness in them. And it feels like the Hermit's like, I'll give you space. Let me give you space for that. Now, again, if they're not living together, that's going to be easier. If they are living together, this could be tricky. But that card of the Judgment on the outside, something is revealed here. There is a reconciliation. This is going to work itself out, or at least she is in the position of seeing that October 2020 or timeless. And with the romance card, right, we knew this was a romantic reading, but the point of view of the higher self is saying, look, lavish the one that you love with your personal attention and affection. So maybe if she is feeling the global empathy stuff going on, to just not spiritually bypass any of that, but really address those inner fears and know that this romantic contract, this soulmate contract, is here to help her heal. And if she pays attention to the signs, now look, sometimes we create signs where there aren't any, or we misinterpret the ones that we want through the lenses of what we want, right? Instead of seeing what we need. But nonetheless, this is somebody who is very ready to move this thing forward, particularly if they are in separation or not communicating. The divine masculine Hermit, the shadow attribute, withdraws from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. Doesn't feel that way with this Aquarius on the inner. This feels like someone who really, with the kindness card too, this is somebody who that's not their thing, but they may withdraw from society out of the fear of the negativity going on in the world right now. If there's any empathic skill, by the way, everybody's got divine masculine, divine feminine energy, so this Hermit could be picking up empathically too, hence going inside to heal, to deal, to balance this out. And that would make sense with the Aquarian card pulling back to see things from a higher perspective. Perhaps there was a slip there in this contract in terms of seeing this divine feminine as someone who is in pain and afraid, so therefore went inside, deep, further in and higher up. Thank you, C.S. Lewis, last book of the Chronicles of Narnia. But with that tower on the outside, definitely there was a bolt of lightning here, a piece of truth that shook him, or at least shook his external world, and hence needing to go into hermit mode. The voices of the higher self saying, show simple acts of kindness. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. I feel like that's something he's going to do anyway, eventually. He might wait until some of the dust of the fallen tower has been sorted. But with the angel of blessings on the outside, the angel that is assigned to him, so to speak, in this contract, we are looking at someone who has lots of blessings, may not be aware of it, but might also be having blessings revealed to him that have been there all along. Overall, a bully and a hermit. It feels very tense at the moment of this reading. Of course, whenever you're watching this, that's going to play itself out. But there is an opportunity here for a bully and a hermit to confront their own internal fears and then help each other heal their own individually. And therefore, they may help heal this world heart by heart. Go, my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. May you be blessed with all that you need to learn, to heal, to grow, right? To see the signs, to experience the blessings in this soulmate contract, October 2020 or timeless, to fulfill your roles individually in the divine plan, together as a soulmate contract for the well-being of all. So mote it be. And so it is. The preview's coming up. You'll get to see the top card in the center lane here. But if this is where we part ways, please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment. Share it if you know someone who's dealing with a Leo energy in this way. It just helps me get my work out there. I would really appreciate it. Otherwise, wishing you the very best and the very blessed of October 2020 or timeless in this satisfying sexual romantic soulmate contract, my darling Leos. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be. Hey there, my Leo collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to Vimeo.com. Thank you so much for jumping over for the extended reading. This is a very interesting one we have here on the table. This divine feminine bully and this divine masculine hermit. Really feeling like they're going through their stuff individually, but through the quantum entanglement of a soulmate contract, they are helping each other heal, that there are signs of this and there are blessings of this everywhere, as we saw in the angel cards, the last two cards down. So, if you're here for the preview, let's move this thing along. What is the dominant archetype going on in this soulmate contract for October 2020 or Timeless? It's the guide archetype, a divine and I think a wisdom family archetype. There are some archetypes that share families. The shadow attribute places financial gain and control over imparting spiritual insight. And I will be totally honest with you. I've had opportunities to have buy bots for this channel, and I won't do it, right? It's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to artificially boost my numbers in any way. I'm a Virgo. I want to do this the ethical way. In other words, if there's this feeling in my stomach, I don't do it, right? I have the guide archetype. Look what I do for a living, right? So I have always said to people in terms of money, it's like, I've never turned people away because of money, but you better pay it forward or pay me when you can, because without the equal exchange of energy, you don't value what you do not pay for in a way. Even you can pay in those ways more than money, obviously, but they're Full Metal Alchemist, the law of equivalent exchange, right? That's what happens when you work from home. You watch a lot of TV. The light attribute represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. So both of them have access to this archetype through the relationship itself, that there is an element of guidance here. Now, when we hear that, it's like, oh, I'm being guided. This doesn't feel like I'm being guided, right? Particularly that inner feminine, the divine feminine and the divine masculine here for what they're going through with this major arcana energy going on here. It would make sense that they might not see that, but guidance often, lo, that I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, right? You know, we all go, the whole world's going through dark night of the soul right now, so they are being guided through this. And to an end that they can't know yet, right? That's the point of it. Like, we come into this world to get the story, to experience time. In the higher dimensions, we're all one. So this idea of anchoring this happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, romantic soulmate energy into bodies with two people, like I said, they're guiding the soulmate partners together in their contracts to, like, sort of infuse planet Earth with a type of love that has not been seen in a massive flow, maybe ever, right? Because romantic energy hasn't always been there, right? I mean, the cavemen and women, I guess, the cave people, to be gender correct here, it was probably visceral drive that brought them together. But the concept of romance really didn't come in until about the 14th century with the troubadours. I was raised by a teacher. What do you want? I know how to research shit. So this is something new to the planet that they are being guided to. And if you are watching the preview, this is where we part ways, because I got to keep moving on. Thank you so much for watching. But for those of you who are here on Vimeo, let's do this. Nice deep breath. What's going on in the inner and outer? Oh my God, more major arcana. We have got...